I think that young professionals should move beyond the comfort of their businesses and take ownership of this country.
They have always had this mindset that their vote does not count.
Are we truly ready?
I feel I can make it.
The political terrain is harsh.
I am determined to give it a try.
I am not discouraged.
I am not deflated.
We the 77, we can make it. The future belongs to us.
We the 77, 5:05 p.m.
Every Monday on Rapower FM.
All right, definitely, we've talked about it, and I'm sure the anticipation is high. You're ready for this one. It is We the 77. Now, what is this all about? You may want to ask. Well, welcome to this brand new one coming to you, courtesy your number one independent radio, Rapower FM. It is a special program for the youth and young people in Nigeria, and of course, it seeks to give the young people a voice by creating a convergence point to meet and discuss issues that affect young people. So if you're a young person, well, this is the program that you don't want to miss. We'll be here every Monday from 5:05 to about 5:50 or thereabout. It's We the 77%. Okay. Now, what's this whole idea of We the 77? By the way, my name is Oluwatosin Oshibod. Of course, on this kind of program, you call me my radio name, my radio friend name. I'm the Prince on radio. Okay, but I'm not working alone today. I have two equally young people with me. First off, Samson Ojeniro. Samson, how you doing?
Good evening, Prince. I'm okay.
Okay, good. I'm sure we're going to have a good time over the course of the next 45 minutes or thereabout. Well, we definitely also have a lady in the building, and she is Precious Momo. Precious, what's good?
I'm good. Hi.
Okay, so straight up to what this whole 77% is about. Now, I'm not going into all the details because, of course, it can get really boring sometimes. But you know what? Nigeria is a country with a very large youth population. According to official figures, 77%. Now, you've got to take this from me. You may want to go do your own research and all that. And you'd find that I'm totally correct. 77% of Nigerians are young people below the age of 40. Or thereabouts. And it's about time that we take the bull by the horn. That's what We the 77% program is all about. Like I said, it's a convergence point for young people. And that's why, of course, the voices that you're hearing here, we're all young people and ready to take over the world. Okay, so it's time for us to stand up and be counted. And today's episode, we're looking at the youth and leadership. Let me come to you, Precious, first of all. What are your thoughts on leadership, as it were, in Nigeria at the moment and the place of the youth?
Well, I usually ask my friends, are we practicing democracy or we're practicing oligarchy, something like that? Is it a system of government for the people, by the people, and of the people? Or a system of government for the old people, by the old people, and of the old people? Because if you look at how things are in Nigeria, the old people, so to say, are the ones in charge, politics-wise, everywhere. So. Okay,
Samson, do you also share the same sentiment? Do you also feel the same way Precious feels about this?
Definitely, like the old people, they are the ones dominating the political space in Nigeria. And the last time we, the young people, tried to come up with not too young to run bill, we could know how long it takes for them to pass that bill. So I don't know, is the old people that have been dominating and they still want to keep dominating.
Well, we're here and we're taking over. We're passing the bills. We're raising the bills here and we're going to pass the bills, right?
Yes. So we went on the street and we got the views of some youth about the readiness of the youth in terms of taking over the leadership of the country. Here's what they had to say.
Yes, for sure. The youths are ready. Let me put it that way, because it's that time the youths take over. Because seeing things from another perspective will be very, very right for this country, honestly. What I just feel the youths need is, what the youth are waiting for is someone that they will follow, someone that will lead, and then almost everybody will follow. So I feel the youths are ready.
In all honesty, I do not think the youths are ready in terms of taking over the leadership of the country. But what I mean is that, like, politics has structures. You just don't wake up in the morning and then you're offered a political seat in a platter of gold. So I feel in terms of doing the necessary things that would warrant us having more youths in political positions, I don't think we've been able to actively do much. Yet politics is grassroots.
I believe in what a youth can do. These are guys that are of high level of intellectualism. These are guys that are good analysts. These are guys that are good economists. You get it? So if these old leaders can actually trust, just as they were trusted by the colonial masters, if they can trust these guys and hand power over to them, and let's see how the country goes for the first 4 years or for the first 8 years, I see that things will become better, honestly, in my own perspective. I feel youths are very much ready.
Nigeria youth are intelligent. If you go to other first world nations and other countries, some of the move that is happening there, the silent move, is going on by Nigeria. Even up to Canada, Nigerians are the ones pushing this. So Nigeria youth have all it takes to take leadership. We cannot continue to bow to these old people. Nigeria youths are intelligent. We have some of them that have master's degree, just because they are not given opportunity to explore what they have. And an end has come, because we are going to come together with one voice to mobilize Nigerian youth and Nigerian students to ensure that our voice is heard and our vote counts. And if after we know what we did during the election and we are seeing that our result is not being given, then we'll return back and ask what happened, so that this crisis in Nigeria can stop. The strategy in Nigeria now, the rich is getting richer, those who are surviving, those who are poor, they just keep on getting poor. They want to use this as a strategy to lock everybody inside one place, so that when they start giving you 20 naira, it becomes like 1 million in your hand, and you have no choice to bow to their command.
I would say the youth is not ready yet. One is because the youth, we are afraid of something, which is the fear of the unknown.
Okay, going by that last submission there, the youth are not ready, we're afraid, we're scared, the fear of the unknown. And then, of course, there were a number of other people there on the street too who agreed and said, we aren't ready. What do you think, Precious?
Personally, I think that last guy is very correct. The youth, they're certainly not ready, or not ready enough yet.
We're not ready?
No, that's not true. The youth are always ready to dominate.
Now, Samson, I know I've had this conversation with you on several occasions, and you talked about the fact that, they did not give them the chance, they have been relegated to the background. But come to think of it, power is not given, you take power.
Yeah, we take
So how
power.
do you show your readiness if you just sit in the background?
We take, like you said, we take power. But of course, there should be a platform for us to take power. I made mention in my introduction speech that I made mention that, in this country, before the Young Too Young to Be was passed, we know like how many years it takes for them to actually approve that. You understand? They keep relegating us to the back. That just be behind the scene, do this. They keep using us as a tool for their own political gain. They are not giving us the platform. They are dominating. And they keep encapsulating us in a single space.
When you just go on and on talking about the we. Who are the we you are referring to?
The youth.
No, you said they keep doing this to us.
Yeah, the old people in politics. The old people in politics.
Okay, we're going to have to progress this conversation.
Yeah, with Mrs. Gloria Mabi and Balancing.
Okay, she's actually the Chief Executive Officer, House of Justice, Kaduna State, and also a principal partner of Maive Legals. And there was a question that Okay, we asked, we had this conversation with her in preparation for this program, and we asked a question about how the youth, can avoid being used by politicians for this whole divide and rule thing. Let's take a listen.
I think that young professionals should move beyond the comfort of their businesses and take ownership of this country. Let's not make any mistake about it. this country is going down. Anybody who is reading the signs and who can read what democracy has looked like from 1999 up until 2022 and what the dynamics look like would know that we are not advancing, we're retrogressing. At best, we're spinning at the spot. So what should our education translate to? The result that came out from NSAS shows that this will work. It's the same thing that should apply even in the political space. It just requires sincerity of purpose. It requires also people to not give up. It requires people to have the staying power and the ability to rally across divides until we can find the kind of solutions. Again, the figures. 60% of Nigerians are young people. And I think that beyond just thinking and dreaming about such a time where the not too young to run law would translate into our dreams, we need to work at it. We need to roll our sleeves and make this happen. That same percentage should lead the political process. But that would require an organizing that we have not seen before. And it is possible given what the NSAS protest achieved. You know, as young professionals, we never give up on our businesses, even when the signs do not look good. We put in everything to make it work. Far and above that, there is a need for more patriotic and more young people who are very invested in this country, who believe in the future of this country, and who do not run with the stereotypes about how Nigeria is everything but good. We must believe in this country before we can engage properly in salvaging it from its woes. And I hope that conversations like this will continue across different spaces and spectrums and across various youths in hope that we would take ownership of this country. We will give it our very best so that those who come behind us will be inspired by the contributions that we make into this country that would sustain it for generations.
Okay, that was the voice of Gloria Mabe-Ambalasin, the Chief Executive Officer, House of Justice, Kaduna State, and Principal Partner. And like we mentioned earlier, we're asking about the assessment on the state of the nation, the contribution of young people as a whole. Now, how do you even make a contribution if you are not ready? Well, we're still divided in the studio, between Samson and Precious here as to whether the youth are ready or not. But we have someone joining us live via the phones now. He is popularly a social media influencer, Asiwaju Larry. He was also one of those who championed the whole NSAS movement online. Good evening, Asiwaju.
Good evening.
All right, we're glad to have you join us this evening.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so first off, the question of whether the youth are ready to take over or not. Where do you stand as far as that is concerned? Do you think, going by what you see, your interaction with the youth, you as a young person yourself, have you seen enough to convince you that the youth are ready to take over leadership in the country?
Well, I think we're ready. We're getting ready every day, but this thing takes time. It's not something a man can grab just in a day. So I believe from what I've seen so far, I see more youths, everybody. I, for one, I used to be a political party, but with the current situation of the economy of the state and everything, I've decided, and I'm sure that's how it is for a lot of other Nigerian youths like that. We are venturing into Nigerian political space and, trying to demand for a better government. And I think if we don't step up, we are just going to keep sinking into economic disaster. So for me, I can say yes, we are getting ready day by day. Pretty sure now, next year, everything, the process is moving slowly and we are getting there.
Okay.
Asiwaju, you're also part of the people that championed the NSAS movement on the social media. After NSAS movement, what have you done? Like you have a big space on the social media where a lot of followers are.
But that's not where voting happens.
Yeah. So what have you done in real time after the NSAS movement to convince the youth or try to rally the youth, bring the youth together to get PVCs and votes in the next election?
Well, after the entrance, I can't lie, I was broken. And here are the reasons why. Because I was a key convener of the campaign here in Oyo State. My account was involved, my bank accounts and everything, they were blocked. And in the process of the campaign and everything, I lost my phones and everything. So, immediately we ended the NSAS movement. I had to tend to those personal issues and everything like that. And on this PVC matter and everything, I think every day there are more space being opened. Especially on Twitter now, there are space being opened every day to communicate with the youth about the importance of getting their PVC. Getting ready for the 2023 elections coming and making sure you have your PVC, you make your vote count. So we are spreading the awareness every day. I think there are people opening the space. I think Badowski is practically involved in it, and a lot more people like that. I can say there are discussions about PVC every single day. And more people are getting or on the verge of getting their own PVC.
Okay.
Hi, Ashwaju. Say the youth are really ready and they're given the chance to take over power. What do you think they can do differently? How do you think they can actually fix this country?
Well, that's a very deep question. I wasn't prepared for, honestly. But what I can say is that the main focus about the youth taking over is that our primary focus is that we don't want to do the thing. We don't want to do things the way the older generation are doing it. We want to do something different. We want to, explore into the educational system, the healthcare, the tech, finance, and everything like that. The youth are ready to invest, because if the youth get into power, they are investing in themselves, they are investing in their future. Unlike this older generation that I was talking as well. Most of them, there are a lot of them that after leaving the office, they are getting picked up, called by the AFCC to explain how they mismanage different budgets and everything. I think with the youth and the government, every allocated budget will be accounted for. That's what we were trying to do. And we can, for example, the NSAS campaign, we received donations from the let's say the general NSAS movement from other states. Let's say from Lagos, and even here in Oyo State, we received funds, and everything we spent, every banners we did, all our movements, we accounted for everything. Audition is a core process to getting a better government. Do you understand? So what I can say about the youth that we can do to change this thing is that we are ready. And we are ready to provide accountability.
Okay.
Around last year or something, the NDDC director was called to give accountability about I think it was about this COVID allocations or something. We also what happened then. There was dramatic performance, like was collapsing or everything like that. But with the youth in power, we are the ones. We are going to hold ourselves accountable. So we are trying to do things different, and I'm very sure the youth that will take over, they will make sure they are doing diligent work and trying to give a good reputation of what they promised to do.
Okay, thank you.
Ashwaju, there's this big debate everywhere that the youth are not ready in terms of party structure, and there's no credible or qualified candidate for the elections. Is this debate true? Like, are we not really ready? Are the youth not really ready? Are there no credible candidate? And how ready are we if we are ready? If we are actually ready?
Well, Nigerians, we have one thing. It will be very hypocritical of me to exert myself. All of us Nigerians, we have one thing. We expect a saint or something. You see, about the youth party and everything like that. It was a topic during last year and during the entire protest. It was a very big topic about getting youth party and everything like that. But this most youths and most of these people most of the youth that are already into politics, that already know a tad bit about it, they are already spread into all these political parties and everything like that. So what I can say is that, as for me personally, I don't think this idea of the youth party is good or is the best. It might be good, but it's clearly not the best. Because what I expected the youth to do is that we have to mix into all these different political parties. We have to enter there when we get among them, mix with them, see how they are running things. Trying to infiltrate the camp, getting to know more about the political structure and everything, how it's run and everything like that. If we say we are going to organize a youth party, we are going to create a youth party, the youth from it will be very hard to convince youth from, let's say, these strong parties like APC and PDP and the likes, for them to coach into this this newly created youth party. It will be very hard and not convincing to do. So my expectation is that as a youth trying to getting into politics, or you're already there, I expected us to move into to mix with the people that are already knowledgeable about everything related to politics. To gain more experience from there. So when we get more experience, then we can start introducing the youth party. If I say I want to introduce a youth party now, people will be asking about my track record and everything. The people that could produce track record and create a new party, they are not ready to do so because they are already among the powerful political parties in Nigeria. So I don't think they see any reason convincing enough for them to create a new party and try to push people from there. And even these strong political parties, we see every day, some of them, they move from each other. They go there, this one moves to APC, this one moves to PDP. So, when the only thing I can say about that is the idea of first mix into this strong political parties.
Okay.
When we know a little about how it's run and how the party can be moved forward.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. We've had a very, very interesting conversation with you. Hopefully, of course, this is a continuous program. We're going to be talking about the youth and various aspects and various issues that centers on the youth. So hopefully in the coming weeks, we'll also, get to have you on board again. Thank you very much, Asiwaju Larry, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right, that was social media influencer, of course, one of those who championed the NSAS movement. Like he mentioned, championed the movement in Oyo State, Ibadan. Also, he's very, very active on social media. On Twitter, he's _Asiwaju Larry. If you just joined us, it is We The 77. It's 29 minutes to 6, and we're going all the way till about 5 or 10 minutes to 6. I have Samson and Precious here.
Yeah, it's been an interesting conversation concerning the youth and another agenda of the topic. On today's program, how can the youth avoid being used by the politicians for divide and rule?
Okay, that's a question we have to take to the streets first.
Okay, let's go to the streets.
Avoid that pull and divide thing. Sticking together is the best way. Having the same goals is the best way. Okay, agreement, avoidance of greed, having a spirit of unity.
There is an adequate job for the country, adequate job for the youth. Definitely, no youth will carry gun or do a political talk for any politician, because why? He can feed himself and his family. Most of them don't even like what they're doing, but they have no choice. But because why they have to eat, the youth take over. But the government of the day has deprived the right from the youth to excel, and they deprive them from their own freedom of speech. But I will tell you that because the politician will make the financial aspect of the country, they will make it hard to get, so that will be the only source that the youth has no choice than to work for them. So the politician has the power and they have the money. It will take the grace of God. Yes, because the youth is the only source for a politician to achieve their political aim. Nowadays, even the same youth will betray his own fellow youth just to make sure that nothing good comes out of anything. You saw the NSAS, you saw what happened at Lekki Tollgate. Up till now, to this moment now, if you ask any youth to come out, let's do a mass protest, no youth will come out, because no one wants to lose their life anymore. So when it comes to leadership, the youth is not ready yet, because why? The government has put an angry mob within us, that anytime you raise an emotion for a youth that we should come and lead, there will be a misunderstanding of I'm not me the one use, those kind of stuff. The one love of the youth has been destroyed by the politicians of the day. The politicians use the youth to even achieve their own political aim. It will take time for the youth to come together and say, no, we will not take money for political talk. Yes, they say no to political talk, I'm at today. But when money is involved, if they give you 1 million just to make sure that your own environment gets their votes, you will take it and do what it has to do. Because why? You need the money.
Yay, if they give you money, you will take it and do what they want because you need the money. Did you hear that? That was the last line from that, from the streets there.
Absolutely, like...
Samson, even you.
Of course, I will take the money and, vote for my preferred candidate. And someone I see that, this particular person can give me what I need, I'll do that. But
what if the person giving you the money marshals you to the polling booth and says, now that I have given you money, you have to vote for this person?
He won't be with me when I'm voting in the secret ballot. He won't be with me.
This is Nigeria. They would monitor your voting. They would even use
if they give you money, they will monitor it. Yeah.
Of course. I'm not sure. I've voted.
Okay. I'll give you an instance. I'll give you an instance. I was part of the election in 2015. I was serving at the time. And they came, coppers came with this kind of stories where those people came with money for them as the coppers. And they tell you, okay, bring out the ballot papers. We want to stamp them because we have given you money. So how do you wriggle yourself out of that?
Give me the ballot paper.
Then you have to say, take your money.
Obviously, there's a way around that. Trust me. I've voted in previous elections, and of course, I've taken money from greedy politicians that offered me.
How does that make you any difference? How does that make you any difference?
But I didn't actually vote for. I didn't vote for them. But you took the money. But I took the money.
How does that make you any difference?
Well, it's the money they've been owing me. Part of our money that they've siphoned. So
but I quite understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Collect the money and still vote your conscience.
It doesn't mean I won't take the money. I will take money if I'm being offered any money, even if it is rice, even if it is exercise. Anything.
In all the conversations so far as we've come along, the issue of accountability. Have the youth, look at Samson here saying I'll take the money. I was trying to defend have the youth even proven themselves to be accountable?
I don't think they have, honestly. He even when I asked the question about what the youth would do differently, he made it clear that the youth, they don't even have any blueprint so far. It's not about being ready. It's not about saying, okay, we want to take over power. When you take over power, what do you want to do? Ask some of these youth, okay, if you are given the seat of the president for a day, what is the first thing you want to change? They have no idea.
That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true.
Okay, they'll say, want to change the education, want to change something about education. What do you want to change? Do you want to end up building schools just like they're doing without employing teachers? Or if you employ teachers, how are you going to make sure that they're actually fulfilling what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
So what do you do differently as a youth?
I'm loving this. But let's take a minute. We also, it's a really packed one. We also had a conversation with the national spokesman, Nigerian Students and Youth Association, NSIA. That's Comrade Osemudiame Ogbidi. And of course, you know that power, we've talked about it several times. Power isn't something that's given to anyone on the platter. It must be taken. But the question now is, have youth shown enough and given enough confidence that if eventually power gets into their hands, they have what it takes to use it to the benefit of the nation? And of course, at the moment, the question of how to assess the level of participation of the youth in political affairs, using the power which is available in our hands. We've been talking about the PVC. How many youth even have their PVCs? Well, here is Comrade Osemudiame Ogbidi.
The strength of Nigerian youth in terms of population, in terms of contribution to ideas, in terms of participation, and some reformation in the Nigerian police. All these were orchestrated by the powers, by the endowments of Nigerian youth. So it is high time we begin to re-strategize and re-channel this energy towards other sectors on how to clinch political seats. And part of the ways to start achieving that is to first begin with this voters card registration. True, if you go to social media, if the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, make a post today, if you check the percentage of comments, they are made by Nigerian youth criticizing the president. But when it is time to vote, these same youth don't have voters card. It is not as if they don't have, but they have always had this mindset that their vote does not count. And that is a lie. It's a bloody lie from the pit of hell. Our vote counts. But people who does dirty things with politics, they decide to sell this cheap propaganda and ideology that your vote does not count, so that they can have enough reason to rig our election. So I want to charge us in our various places of influence. Let us begin to encourage people to go ahead with this ongoing voters card registration exercise. Nigerian youth must begin to show the world that we have voters card. Bring out your PVC, take to your social media, present it to the world that this is my PVC. I have my PVC, and I am challenging Nigerian youth. If possible, challenge some of these celebrities and involve a lot of followers. Challenge a celebrity to show his permanent voters card. That truly we are ready to take the bull by the horn. Truly we are ready to challenge the status quo. Truly we are ready to make a paradigm shift in the Nigerian system. We cannot continue to build on rhetorics.
Ooh, that one was hot from Comrade Osemudiame there. We can't continue to build on rhetorics. We are ready. Do you even have your PVCs?
Of course, I have mine. Yeah,
I have mine. Okay, so are you playing your part? Do you have your PVC? Do you or will you participate in elections? These are questions we asked some of the youth we spoke to on the street. Let's hear from them.
No, I do not have my PVC, but before the election commences, I will try my possible best to get.
Personally, I would say no. In this kind of country where corruption is like the order of the day, I don't think I would love to waste my time, because I know at the end of the day, our elections don't count.
Yes, I have my PVC. Yes, and I do vote. I don't participate in election. Yes, I'm a young politician in the making. I have my PVC. I do my electoral exercise. I do accept my vote. Yes, I play my part in the country politics.
For me, I have my PVC, and in subsequent years, I've been using it.
To the age of owning a PVC and registration starts, I would definitely get mine. And of course I did. I got mine. I voted during the last election, and I knew who I casted my vote for. I casted my vote for the right person, and unfortunately the person did not win. Of course, you know how Nigeria goes. Okay, I have my PVC, and I'm always ready to use it.
So I don't know how secure voting will be. I won't like a situation whereby I will want to vote, and then I will have the side feeling that where I'm going to is not safe. Number two is, I don't like to make the wrong decision.
If I'm being honest, the only way I would actually go out to vote is if the environment will be conducive enough. Like if there will be peace, like if during the election period, the environment will be peaceful enough to allow people come out and vote. And if I'm sure that no harm would come, then I wouldn't have a problem going out there to vote, in all honesty.
The way elections are in Nigeria, election crisis erupting here and there. If I come out on day of an election and I observe the weather, I look at the environment and I see that it is not safe because I can't my life in the line to go and vote for somebody I want to win an election, and maybe in the process of voting I lose my life, and at the end of the day the person still doesn't win. It's all a waste of process and a waste of life.
Seriously,
that one fool.
a lot of it doesn't have PVC, and this is very, very, very sad, because let me say one thing: these old people that they are there is our future. They are spoiling, not theirs, because they are already done with theirs. They are just using extra time. It's our future. They are spoiling.
Now you calculate that time.
We need to really come together, get this PVC, and show them the way out. That it's time for us to
take over, right? Okay, it's still We the 77, a very brand new program right here on Rapower FM. We will be doing this every Monday from about 5 minutes past 5 all the way till 10 minutes to 6. You can also be part of the conversation. You're a young person, you've been following the conversation since we started at 5 or thereabout. You have a thing or two to say as regarding some of the questions and some of the issues that have been discussed. You can call the number 09060007041. Once again, that is 09060007041. You can also drop us a line or two on Twitter. If that comes in early enough, we'll definitely take it before we wrap up the show. Well, shortly we would have a youth leader of one of the leading parts of the PDP, that is in Ogun State. But before then, I knew you wanted, Precious, there was something that you were burning to say earlier.
Yes, you see, we spoke to 5 people concerning this last topic, and 3 out of those 5 people do not have PVCs. So who are the youth that want to take over power?
If we cannot even participate at the basic level.
They are so lackadaisical about this whole thing, politics. They do not care. Most of them say, not be my papa. Some are even concerned now about leaving the country. They've given up on the country completely.
We have a caller on the line. Hello? 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 Okay, you're going to have to call back. Please call back 09060007041. So you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying that most of the youth now have given up on the country completely. They don't even as much care to want to vote, talk more of be voted for.
Let's see what we have on the line. Hello?
Hello, please.
Good evening.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I greet you, Prince. Good evening. I greet your 2 guests there. Can you hear me?
Please go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, Alabalakwa is my name. A very laudable program, and it's timing. I love the time you are starting this program. You know, we'll be having an election next year, so that this will prepare our mind, prepare every part of our body. However, I want to appeal to you, please, till this program, I don't know when precisely it will last. I want to appeal to you, please, don't bring anybody that is not huge to even talk anything about this program. Anybody that you want to bring, let them be huge. And I want to also suggest this thing. Toti, when you see most of these our celebrities, you find that they have a lot of fans that are huge. We can use these guys. You can bring them to reason. Most of these guys, they don't like politics.
Okay, thank you very much, Alaba. Very, very interesting conversation there. Well, we now have joining us on the line Oyedeji Olasukomi. He's popularly called Suko, the youth leader of the People's Democratic Party in Ogun State. Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, good evening, guys. So how are you doing?
Yeah. We have some questions for you as someone who is into politics, a youth in politics. Okay, they keep telling us youths join political party, join this political party, join again. They keep telling us to join political parties, but we most of the youth in political parties, they are playing the second fiddle. They are not given the opportunity to run. Like, is there a change now? Like, once we join, when we are enrolled to join a political party, are you giving us the platform to run, or we must meet some criteria, those hard criteria that you guys used to set for us to run.
Well, thank you, my brother. First and foremost, let me say this. We must try to put into the right perspective. And let me start by saying power is not served on a cat. It is taken. Nobody will come to your room or your workplace and start and give you power. So you have to, get involved.
Okay, Suko, please, for a minute, there appears to be a beeping sound from your end. I don't know, maybe if you're listening, you might want to turn down the volume on the radio or something. We're hearing a beep.
Are you hearing me clearly now?
There's a beeping sound from your end.
Yeah, it's clear now.
Are you hearing me clearly now?
Okay, we're good.
Continue.
We're good.
Okay, so like I said, Nigerian youth, yes, we have the numerical strength. When you look at the numbers of registered voters, you see that the young people dominate the numbers of registered voters in Nigeria. But the question is, are we ready? Just like the video said, she said Nigerian youth have not really shown commitment. They have not shown willingness, to be part of the process. And so for me, as the youth leader of the PDP in the state, I've been engaging youth in the last 7 months, and I've been telling them that you can't get power. Power can't come to you at viewing centers. Power can't get to you based on the number of tweets you do on Twitter. Power can't get to you based on the number of posts you have on Facebook. It is high time we move closer to this city. One, what we need to do is to make sure we have our PVC. Once you have your PVC, sit down, look at all the political parties available in Nigeria. At the moment, we have 19 or thereabouts. Look at their program, look at their ideology. Definitely, at the end of the day, you see one or two which program is okay. Then get involved, go to your work, be attending the work meetings, then, like an observer, then show capacity, show willingness. From there, you say, okay, I think this guy has been coming around in the last 5 weeks or 10 months. Let us make him as official. For instance, I started as a messenger, a boy in my ward here in Abeokuta. Anytime they need to make photocopy, they say, money will come and do this for us. Then I go on the photocopy. From there, they make me the youth leader in my ward, from youth leader, local government secretary, from local government secretary, advocate, the state public secretary of PDP. 2 times. Now I'm the youth leader of the party in the state. And let me say something. This at the moment, we have a 25-year-old as the national leader of the party. If Mohammed, if the guy sits in his house or in a viewing center, watching Chelsea versus Manchester United, would that petition come to him? So what the youth need to do is to get involved, move closer to these babas. Don't be surprised that these babas too are expecting us. They want us to come and join them. But when we refuse to, to join the trade, then they will keep, protecting.
Suko, let me interrupt you there. It's quite interesting, and I like the fact that you also shared your story about how you used to be the errand boy, so to speak. You go for the meetings, they say, they want to make photocopies, they send you, you need to get involved. And then you talked about the fact that the babas are also waiting for us to be there. Now, if I, as somebody who's never participated beyond voting in the past, now decides, okay, I want to register, I want to join a party. I join the party, and then it's time for elections. I'm saying, okay, I want to take a shot. I want to try my hands on maybe the chairmanship or the councillorship or something. And then I'm hearing that the form for those things costs close to ₦1 million, which I obviously cannot afford. And then a certain baba somewhere who I have done boy for all along decides, okay, I'm going to sponsor your ambition. How will I function without doing the bidding of Baba that bought my ticket if I win?
Yes, thank you very much. I think what we need to do first, we need to build a strong network of youth, like we did during the MSAT protest, because that was like a magic to me, what we were able to put together across the 36 states. If we have a strong network of youth and a particular person is interested in being governor or a member of the Federal House of Representatives, if you approach or you talk to other youths in your constituency or your local government, you tell them this is what I'm interested in, this is what I want to do. Because before, it's so sad that we run a very expensive democracy here. But despite that, we can find a way by talking to other youths. If it means contributing 100 naira or 500 naira or 1,000 naira for ourselves, because dislodging this baban, we have to be strategic about it. We can't push them in just like that. They've been there for how many years now? Some of us were in the primary school, and some of them have been rolling. So we have to be strategic. So when it comes to money, how are we able to gather millions that we use in the essence when it comes to feeding, bringing DJs and some other things? We can as well sit down and build a kind of network of youth whereby all of us come together and say, okay, this year we want to have 2 governors out of the 36 states. We want to sponsor 2 governors. Don't be surprised, my brother, that the money will come in. It's because we run expensive democracy. I listened to something where he said he collected money from a particular candidate during the last election.
Something has been casted.
If I am a greedy politician and I approach you, I want to give you money, please don't take my money. Because if you take my money, you're encouraging me. You understand? Don't take my rights. Don't take my diary. Don't take my bread. Tell me, sir, I don't want your money. I'll save your profile.
Samson, are you listening?
So please don't take our money again.
Okay.
Just reject our money.
Once
you reject our money, you have to take down and say, I think these people are smart now. Then we will start seeing changes.
Okay.
Some of them will start looking like, okay, from my promises, doing the electionary figures, okay, let me start doing something before. The point is that we have to get involved. It is not about getting PVC alone. Get PVC.
And then join political parties as well.
Go there, sit down. They can make you boy. Yes, do boy. One day, I know you have the opportunity to make a presentation in the world. Once we do that, it's about this guy is intelligent. Let's make him a secretary. Let's make him then gradually. You'll be stepping up.
Okay.
We just need few numbers of youth to be in power.
All right.
Especially in the House of Assembly, National Assembly. Once we have few, this one will be making bills that will be youth friendly.
Okay, Suko, unfortunately, I'm just going to take a cue from what you just said. We don't need to take over the entire assembly. We just need a few youth who can, begin to do things. And just as it is, so we just need a few points today. Hopefully, we'll be able to, to continue the conversation sometime later. But we must thank you very much right now for joining us on the program, on the pilot edition for that matter. Hopefully, in the coming weeks, we'll also have you come on board again.
No problem, guys. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
All right, that was Oyedeji Olasukomi Suko, the Ogun State PDP youth leader, charging us to get involved, not just at the level of having a PVC and voting, but also joining, maybe possibly forming and joining political parties where we can also start to climb up the ladder. Samson and Precious, I think I really enjoyed this, the pilot edition. What's the take home? What would you want to say on the final note?
Well, I still stand my ground that the youths, they are not ready. Okay, let me not be too hard.
We're ready now.
They are ready, but not ready enough. They are ready, but not ready enough. They're not really putting, they're not making enough efforts to want to take over power. And even if they take over power, they don't know what they want to do with the power. So they could just go there and mess up. And I think that is what the old people are even scared of, because they would say to that, we are not ready. So if you know you are ready or you think you are ready, what will you do when you're given the opportunity? That is the question we should ask ourselves.
Let's leave that as a question that you will ponder on. Something else to annoy you as we wrap up. A look at some of the people who are vying for the post of the presidency in 2023. Bola Ahmed Tinubu is 69. The vice president, Yemi Osinbajo, is 64. Atiku Abubakar is 75. Dele Momodu is 61. Bukola Saraki is 59. Dave Umahi is 58. The question is, where are the young people?
Well, definitely, there is no platform. Like I said, there's no platform yet for the young people. There's not enough platform, but it doesn't mean that we are not ready. We just need to unite and take over our future from this old people that want to live with power.
All right, this is where we have to screech to a halt on the pilot edition of the program, We the 77%. Join us again same time next week as we look at another topical issue as it concerns the youth. I have been working alongside Samson Ojenira and Precious. Thank you both.
Thank you.
I am the Prince on radio. Up next, coming to you, because your number one independent radio station, Rapower FM, is the Nigeria Today. That's the news. By the way, this has been a production or joint production of two of the big wigs, the big heavyweights in here, IBM Yolifobi as well as Yewande Iwa. I am the Prince on radio, signing out.